She's a Christian lobby.
Welcome back, everybody. It's 8 o'clock on the 8th of July 2025. That would be a Wednesday. Wait, I made a mistake. That would be a Tuesday. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining. So, hello Apollonia, hello Throttle, hello Full Dive, and hello 5 Facts About. Thank you all for joining me at the start of the show. I'm sure other people will be filtering in. But thanks again for being there at the start. I always like to give a shout out to the people waiting in the chat. So, thanks again. Hello all, if you're watching live, you're watching later, maybe you're in a video game, maybe you're working on your latest project, maybe you're just browsing, whatever the case, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on the next crazy AI new thing. And tonight we're going to be taking a look at the perfection of WAN VACE. And I think I can say that confidently. I mean, check out the output. That's the model. Here we have WAN VACE fully realized. It's almost like from the video game. Is it 100%? No. Sometimes it'll deviate, but it's pretty damn close. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be reapplying my new workflow, which is already released. You'll find it on the DJZ Workflows GitHub. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Huh. Must be on a different machine. But it's definitely up there. It's in my DJZ Workflows, in WAN VACE, in the WAN pack. So yeah, you'll be able to find it there. And we've been applying it to all manner of new things. And I have a new model out, guys. It's called Track. TR4CK. You could call it Trafork, but it's actually Track. This is a V0. So everything was trained with video of track style, fixed camera tracks, custom drift cars racing around a track. The track is outdoors and appears to be real life footage. So I'm really surprised at how good it actually is, considering. So this would be raw output. That's raw output, just text to image with the LoRa loaded. No canny, just what you're going to get. And then this would be with a bit of canny. But we've got a new workflow which is doing canny and also first frame with the option of RemBG for masking as well. Now I don't use the masking because it's kind of specific. I think it works best with dancers because it's going to mask out just the dancers, okay? But for this you kind of don't want to do that part. So we're going to check this out now in full screen. I'm going to do it proper. So I'm going to turn the music off. We don't normally do this. This is an experiment. Okay, ready? And here we go.
Record album bow.
What do you think of that then, eh? I thought it came out pretty damn good. That is perfection. It is literally exactly what I was trying to do. So, I don't know. Okay. So, like I said, I've put all of my retro effects on there. You might not do that. That's up to you, right? Your finishing strategy is up to you. But damn, it's close, right? So, what I've decided to do, obviously I've already put the model out, right? So you can just go ahead, download the model, but we're going to have to recaption it. The captions aren't great. I put the full video up in the gallery as well right here. So you can go ahead and watch that in there as well. Obviously we can tell we've got an eye for AI. If you pause any scene, you'll notice that there's weird stuff. Like the signs are all Monster Tray Plas Nebkiev, right? And the car, like, what is that? Is that a Nissan? You know, is that a Honda? I don't know. And also look in the background at the track. Look at it. Check out. This is brilliant. I actually kind of love it, right? Let's just examine this bit here. Let's check it out. Stop. What's going on in the background? Look at this racetrack. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. And then you pause. The people in the background are like what you get in a video game, you know, it's just like a 2D blob. But it works. And also, like I said, what is this car? It looks like a Honda Civic, but it's like some kind of strange hybrid car. You know what I mean? It's not actually any. It's like a GT. You know GTA 5. It's not like. It's like Annis. It's an Annis. You know what I mean? It's like sort of generic JDM style thing. I love it though. I think it's really good. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go back and see if this new workflow can actually give us a similar. Oh yeah, just like blatant. You can tell it's not real because it doesn't. You know what I mean? Things happen that don't happen, right? Like they don't just like drive across the grass like nothing happened and stuff, you know. What's that? I'm posting your video on my channels but pointing at you. Good idea. To be honest, it's all about releasing the workflow. So how about we take a look at how that was done and what the difference is. I call it canny first frame audio. So I don't know what's going on here. Stop it. Okay. It's like the server down. Server's up. Weird. So it's the same workflow that we've been working on. You know, you've got my post effects and everything down here. Now, I will say that the audio will desync when you do the what's it called? What do you call it? Because we do a trick where we do like ×3 and then 60. It does mess up the audio, but it's already out of sync anyway. So that's something else I've got to solve. But I basically just sped up the video to match the audio manually to make it match. But what I've done is I've taken the video which I'm using to train the LoRa, and I have something called Zenkai Video Prompt, right? Which has an audio output, which I found out is currently broken, a prompt output, and then the sequence of frames. So the idea is you train the LoRa and then you put the model in a folder inside the nodes, right? And then what you'll do is you'll be able to then select the LoRa, select the data set. So that comes with a prompt, the data, and the audio, because when I make the data set I keep the audio, right? So then I've got the clips with the correct audio, and then my plan is to reuse the audio with the generative video. So here we have the original video, right? Real drift footage, Elator, go subscribe, and then oops, that's not the right output for that video. Oh wait, that one is. So, see how it kind of got there and then it tripped out? But not all, most of it, I reckon it was more than half weren't glitched like this. But like I say, what we're doing is we're feeding the video into Canny like normal, but then what I'm also doing is I'm taking the first frame of the video, right? Take the first frame of the video and put that into reference image, okay? So then it's first frame Canny, you know what I mean? It's first frame, you know, we're doing Canny video and we're doing first frame at the same time, and that gives it the spice it needed to get it in the right realm of, you know what I mean? And then there you go, because it's like it's being led by the Canny, but it's also being drawn by the first frame, and it holds really well. All it was taking, like I said, because if you have the video, then you can do this stuff, do you know what I mean? So whatever it is that you're putting in there. So what we're going to do now is I don't have audio for the dancers, obviously, because they were AI generated in the first place. But what I want to do is I want to, because I've got Stellar in there as well, because I already tested that one. Essentially what I want to do is load in one of the other ones. Basically it's just like getting that first frame was the magic, you know what I mean? It allows the Canny to just go, and because it all matches, it's all paired up anyway. And you have, like I say, with this LoRa, it's a specific prompt, right? Oh, and sometimes it doesn't work anyway, but that's something. Typically it's like bad, because I use a video randomizer, so if like the video you're putting in is bad, it's not going to magically make it good. It'll probably just do something random that follows the prompt. Something I have been thinking about though is making canny video, because sometimes these aren't good settings, guys. Sometimes this is a good starting point, but sometimes when you put a video in here, it's really not very good. Like, it doesn't pick it up at all. So it might be worth making like a canny video tool which takes an input, a canny and preview, and then you can refine the values, and then, you know what I mean, then you'd have a video which was canny, and you could just plug that video straight into control video without having to do the processing, because it's like, you know, pre-compute it. Yo, I forgot to say I've said hello to Dragon. Hello Kurt Curtis, welcome. So yeah, I'm super proud of the drift video, guys, because I've been trying to make the drift video for so long, and in the end, like, do you know what, it would have been longer, but I wanted to make a 1 minute video. Do you know what I mean? I just thought, we'll just make a 1 minute video, because, you know, it's easier for people to watch. But yeah, I'm actually doing something else over on the other machine. I'm going to slide over here real quick. I better just put myself on a different thing real quick. Let me see. Dude, that video was so cool. Oh, I need to turn the video off. Watch your speakers.
Record album bow.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just over on the other machine, guys. It makes more sense if I'm not there. So what I'm doing is I'm making another dataset. We're training another LoRa model. We've already covered the WAN phase perfection, but we are going to cover some examples, so I'm not being boring about it. I would also like to mention that the systems that we're building deal with the input automation and randomization. So LTX has just released a control net, guys. I remember LTX being super fast. So yeah, we're going to have a look at that. But I don't know if we got time today. It depends how quick it downloads. No, not render and replace. I want to do scene detection. Hey, okay, right, I'm back. Yeah, I'm just putting together another data set for the Redcoats project so we can get Empire off the ground, because I'm still trying to get the science fiction Empire guys going. You know what I mean? We're still trying to forge that universe. I think it's doable. It's only 3 minutes of video and it's a whole bunch of line infantry. It's like Napoleonic Wars. I think it's actually from an old movie about Napoleon and all that. Anyway, research. So, obviously, just to cover that plan, we have written a trilogy of a science fiction story with a bunch of like a robotic empire. They wear red coats, but they have metal heads, box heads. That's it, right? So the project's easy because all we have to do is train a LoRa that makes everybody's heads into a robot box and then keeps the red suits, you know what I mean? And we've already done all that. Already done it all. Could make it better, but we've already done it all. And so now what I'm doing is I'm looking at real world data. So just in the same way we get the cars, we've got the battlefield, right? And I'm hoping that if we can go, maybe not first frame, I'm not sure, like, because I'm thinking we could context the first frame with the flux LoRa so that we get the box heads for the first frame, but then use the canny to guide the motion. And if we're lucky, it might just make it. You know what I mean? It might just make it. So it's all theory, but it follows the same logic that was, you know, that's used to come with this. And as you can see here, the sound isn't, you see, this is like slow motion, I guess. So I had to speed them up to sync with the audio, and then the audio sounds good. Alright, so that's pretty much how we did it. But that was the idea. I had a conversation with a friend, and he was like, we were talking about the audio with like VO3 and all this different stuff, and I just thought, well, hang on a minute. If we train a video model, it has the correct real audio, doesn't it? So if you just keep the audio, and then when you use the video as canny guidance, you just pass the audio to the end, and then as long as it's the same frame rate, it should just sync up. And yeah, it does. So then that means if you're doing open source and you're recording your own video, it could be you talking, whatever it is. The point is you can get around that whole glitchy VO3 audio by by using the real audio, guys. So I know it seems like a little bit of a trick, but that's it. So again, if you want to watch that video, that demo we've done, it's up on my X, and it's also up in the gallery for the new model, so you can watch it here as well. It's kind of funny because like we know instantly it's AI, but if you are watching this on a phone, it just looks like a drift video. Do you know what I mean? If you're not like a car guy, you know, it just looks like a drift video. You know, there's cars, there's music. Do you know what I mean? It checks the boxes. I kind of think it's funny because it kind of like breaks reality occasionally. But some of the scenes are very realistic. Like that one there where they go over the crest, very realistic. The angle's correct. What shows it up is like obviously text in the background, the spokes, and obviously like what even is this car? Like if you're a car guy, you're like, so it's a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what it is, because the prompt is like custom cars, you know? So they are. So anyway, grab yourself a copy and take it for a spin. Like I said, I would recommend, yeah, the Apex physics work. Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? The reason is because the canny is following correct. The only thing is every now and then it gets it redraws the road wrong. The front loading and unloading, yeah, I really like the body. Yeah, definitely. I agree. Let me turn the sound down. Just put this open. I used one of my tracks, obviously. You can see the cauliflower in the trees as well. And look at the writing as well. Gublan. Kiev. There we go. Look at them go. So it's using my custom retro upscaler. So it's going to be a bit of chromatic aberration, a bit noisy, you know, interpolated but with blur, because I like to try and emulate that shutter speed sync you used to get, so it kind of looks retro, like I say. This is like super blown up, so you can see all of the, you know, imperfections basically. But yeah, we put this one out as a demo for the concept of retaining the original audio. So the big deal with that actually is, do you know what? You need to hear the audio really. It's the engines, guys. The engines. Wait for it. It's this corner here. Damn. It made such a huge difference because I've got this theory that most of it is sound design. You know, most of the visuals is actually like the sound component. Look at this infinite racetrack. It's such chaos. This car's going the wrong way. It's amazing. Oh, hang on. Apolloni Art says, I've just finished a project and achieved perfect audio sync by raising the final video combined on your workflow to 75 FPS. Yeah, that makes sense because it would be ×3. Ah, yeah, good idea. Dragon said, the unloading which you would not know about. Yeah, by not being a follower of Motorsport, you'll notice subconsciously. Yeah, it's true. Some of the first attempts I made at these sorts of videos, it was really funny. It looked like a broken Grand Theft Auto car. So like when it brakes, the front end would raise, and when it accelerates, the front end would dip. Like the physics were backwards, you know. But yeah, looking at this, it's all about the engine sounds, like I said, because I used, you know, the canny which is driving this had sound, so we just kept it. And then of course your generative video just sounds real because the sounds are real. And I think that helps to sort of sell it being just old, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to scam here, I just like the looks. I like to try and make it look retro, that's all. I mean, I wish it could play in a thumbnail. Can we play it not full screen? No. Because when you watch this sort of footage in on a phone, it looks really good. Because at that point, you can't really read the text or anything. Do you know what I mean? Anyway. Okay. Dragon says, this takes your eyes off the AI stuff it's got wrong. Yeah. I think it's just got to look natural, you know, and not all of them did look natural, you know. But that's just the way it is. So I think you're all right, Apolloni. That would make a lot of sense if we just say save it at triple 75. It's an interesting number though, because that means it's actually putting out 25 FPS maybe. I don't know. Let's have a look here. So we can just say 75, and then come up here. If I force my frame rate to 25, I'm guessing you're doing then, because you know, if we do 25 frames per second, then that's going to give us yeah, that's going to give us 75 with a triple. Oh, we've got to change this frame rate here as well. Yeah, 75 here as well. Because the thing is, you could put it in, if you wanted to get it to like broadcast standards, say you want that to actually be, you can just put it into an editor, transcode it back down to 60, and it won't desync the audio. Because the way we're doing it, we're actually turning it into a sequence of images and then rebaking it, which isn't the same thing. You could have it like, it'll drop some frames, but it should be okay. It will drop some frames though. Makes you wonder, should we just push the boat out and, you know, just push the boat out to 4 and go for 100? Right, anyway. Probably a bad idea. Alright, so like I said, we've got this video here, yeah? Should we use a different one? That's a good one. Look at that. Nice, hard drift in tandem with 2 other cars. So, again, so do you know what? Should we try refining the prompt? I think that would be a good idea. So what I'll do is I'll just add a bit more detail. So I'll go grey. There's a grey car in the lead. I'll say fixed camera tracks. Custom, well, could we say it's Nissan? But I don't think it really understands what they are. So like, because they're all, that's funny. I think they're all Nissan Silvias, but they're different years. So it just makes it even harder. You go, yeah, so anyway, we got 3 Nissan Silvias. They all look completely different, but they're actually the same word. Yeah? I'll do it. Custom Nissan Silvioa. Say tracks 3 grey custom Nissan in tandem racing in tandem formation. It doesn't even know what that is. But we'll try it. Be funny if it makes like a push bike with 2 seats up here. The track is outdoors. Let's see. I could say stuff like the cars are holding angle in close proximity, but I don't think it really gets it. So I'll just give it a little bit of info about the color and type of car and leave it at that. So yeah, what have we got here? We've got that. Let's just type B here so I can get to the videos quick. We're using track 480p VO. Yep, it was trained on 480p segments, but I do have the high quality versions. My plan is to, what I like to do is make a 480p version, train that with just one caption that applies loosely to everything. I call it a smooth caption. Have I tried the detail enhancer, Laura? I have it. I haven't loaded it, but I do have it. Hey, Zanelli, welcome to the show. I didn't see you there. So I spent too long last night making a node that combines my transition videos with the originals to remove some of the shift. I made the mistake of over-engineering it with a load of auto-detection stuff that wasn't needed. We're going to have to check out your node soon then, Zanelli, because that sounds super cool. Don't forget to poke me about it, because I'm terrible. I'm always so busy. Alright. So So we've got our track model here, but because my audio out was in a funny, I don't know what it is. If I put that to a preview, it doesn't give you anything. Do you know what I mean? Here, look, I'll show you. I'm like, wait for it. I don't know, sad face. You know what I mean? So yeah, basically there's a problem with Zenkai Video Prompt. The audio out isn't doing it right. So I don't know what I've done there. So this thing's on the bench. Okay, it works, but it's like if you want to do the audio, which is what I want to do now. It's funny, isn't it? You make the tool, it's a great tool, you use it, and then you need the extra feature. I built it in, but it doesn't work. Damn it. So yeah, back to the drawing board on that one. But you can just use scene video or just a normally load video. Scene video doesn't have the prompt components. It's just a folder full of videos. Makes it a little bit easier to use. Hang on a minute. Let's just do an idiot test here real quick. Let me guess, because this one is based on this one, so I bet I bet the crab code is, yep, crab. Damn it. So that one's also on the bench. Dun, 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 dun. It's because we never used to use audio. Do you know what I mean? Normally there wouldn't be audio, so I never even tested it. But yeah. Anyway, I use this one with Video Helper Suite. It's nice because unlike the native one, you can do all of your frame cap, skip frames, all of this good stuff which you can't do with Zenkai. You don't do frame rate really. I do have the InspireNet REM BG, and that puts out my mask, which would go to the control masks. Now you've got to be careful with that because it's super powerful. So you might accidentally send a mask through which is like inverted or something. Sometimes you have to have the mask the other way around, you see what I mean? And it takes 10 minutes to find out which way round it is. And also REM-BG can be a little bit difficult. So what I recommend you do is get the video you want to do and just do like a separate run to see what it'll do first, you know? Just to make sure it's not putting out a black screen. Anyway, at the moment I don't have it hooked up because we're not doing that. We're just doing the new thing, which is, just to summarize for anyone who's joined late, get the video with audio. Video with audio, right? Keep the audio. Okay? We're going to use this for Canny and the first frame. So what we do is we take the first frame from the same video for Canny, and then we put the first frame into the reference image. So that's your first frame, yeah? And then Canny goes in control video. There's a couple of things that I do with this version, which is different from the other workflows, and that's the dimension stuff. So I have a node called Image Size Adjuster V2. It automatically finds a safe dimension for you based on the image that it's getting, okay? So what it'll do is it'll take the image, and then because most of these video models are actually SD dimensions, not SDXL, they're not that big yet. I mean, you can if you've got a big, if you're running this on a big GPU, you can probably do this, but most people are going to run it on this. And you can upscale it, so it doesn't matter. It's going to give you height and width, and we're going to put that into the resize that goes before Canny, okay? And it's also going to go to, you know, the WAN VACE width and height there as well. It's just going to automatically be whatever comes in, but safe. You see what I mean? I think the only thing that I might have messed up here is I should really be taking this image from here. Ooh, not letting me do that. That's interesting. I'm just looking at this, and I'm just realising now this image isn't being resized. So that's actually a pretty good idea, right? So let's just build that again proper. So here's my source, here's the thing telling me what the magic numbers are, but this doesn't do any resizing. Also note, I've changed it to 32 because most video models are actually 32 side sensitive, not 64 side sensitive. Okay, so if we just move up to here, I'm going to put my select image here. First frame is what we want, so just leave it at 0, and then I will plug that into the reference image. There we go. That's all you've got to do. Now, you might know, what the heck is this? That's black bars. Now, black bars is something I use for padding, but because we're using reference image, black bars doesn't work, as far as I know. Maybe we'll have a look and see. It takes 10 minutes to do an experiment, so a lot of stuff is right there waiting to be discovered. It may be that actually it does outpaint the black bars. It works with canny text to image, but sometimes with a reference it might just keep the black bars there, so I didn't even bother checking that yet. Also, we've got the uni-animate model here, so if you're, for example, working with people, not race cars, you might exchange canny for uni-animate instead. It is extremely fast. It can do 81 frames in 0.02 seconds. That's 0.02, not 0.2. So when it claims what it claims, it's true. I looked at the claim and I was like, what? And then I tested it, and it is. The only thing is it doesn't do face mapping. It does hands and feet, but it doesn't do the face. So if you want to do like close-ups and talking kind of stuff, I still recommend DW pose. Just normal DW pose. It won't run as fast. Okay, it's like 10 times slower, maybe even 100 times slower actually. You're looking at 3 seconds for 81 frames. No, wait. It might be more than that, guys. Don't quote me. I can't remember. But you can do the face though. This will do the face. You can even actually do only the face. We've got a project coming up which does exactly that. Because if you recall, I have my other open source model that we're going to be testing soon. So where is he? This one. Jack, or J-Fork. So he's my max headroom type thing. If you don't describe his body, he won't have one. Okay. Or she, if you prefer. We're still looking for a solid lip sync. And I think I've got one, but they keep bringing out new ones every 10 seconds, guys. It's like TTS models. They're a nightmare. It's just so many. It's unreal. No. Thank God they have censored that website. I just clicked the wrong button. That could have been dangerous. Whoa. Right, so there's a couple of things that we've done which, like for example, yeah, inline skater, it didn't use first frame, it just used canny. So I reckon we use first frame, that's going to get a whole lot more accurate. What else? Pretty much all of them are like that, actually. Did I do some? Yeah. Should we go back? I think we'll go back to the Helldivers, because I think that one was in V1. So we at least did the captions twice. So instead of just like making endless cars, I must have already started it by accident. No? Weird. It's like frozen in time. What's it doing? Is it actually running this way now? Comfy's so weird. Look, it says it's. I think it's lying. AI lies. Okay, so let's just modify this, or should we make one? We'll make one, and then come back to it. So the audio should be saved. I'm just going to make sure that the audio is actually, because we've done that trick. So we should be able to save the audio all the way to the back now, which would be nice. Because I had to do. It was so funny, that video that we put on X. It's so funny, that video that we put on X today, I might play it again in a minute for fun. I literally skewed it to make it widescreen, guys. Yeah? You know when you do uniform scaling? I didn't. I did like 212 vertical, 313 horizontal just to make it fit. I was like, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So it's like, whoa, do you want to spend 24 hours upscaling it with tiling? Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll make another one. We'll make it better next time. So are we going to start this or what? It says here we've got a Yep, there it is. So we've got a comfy UI. So while it's getting this one ready for us, so we're going to be doing this. Okay, a lovely little set. Hopefully they don't all come out driving backwards. And then while it's doing it, I'm just going to tee it up for the next set. So we'll go back to H3LLV1. Let's open here, H3LL-V1. Mr. Sheesh comes in with the question. Is digital pixels a weapon? I think people have committed suicide over becoming bankrupt from NFTs. Does that count? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you finally found something. Has he done it? Digital pixels a weapon? I'll have to see what the chat thinks. Let's see. Dragon says DW pose or dense pose are the kings for this. Yes, 100%. Yes, 100%. Right, let's get me back out on screen, guys. I've just realised I've been hiding in the corner for like half an hour, so I'm back. All right. Mr. Sheesh, did you see the video? I'm showing people how I made the video. Did you see it? The whole concept was retaining the original audio. We've gone over it now. Okay, so yeah, we're going to want to get the prompt sorted for this model. So there's no audio. So maybe I should show you guys. Can I show you guys? Do I even have the hell model on here? I don't even remember which computer I made it on. Give me a sec. It's like, which computer do I work on, you know? Hell, we've got Angle, Euclid, no, JForks on here. It must be on the other computer. Let me see if I passed myself the data set. Might be that it's so new. No, it's so new I haven't even passed myself the data set. Okay, I can do that. Oh, he doesn't beat me. Yeah, because actually I need to pass this data set across so we can start working on it. Do you know what the most annoying thing about this whole process is? It's really clean, okay? Because what we do is we do scene detection on the data set before segmenting it for training. So then there's never any cuts in the video. So all of our video scenes are clean, right? Sometimes you have to trim off the videos that are less than 3 seconds though, because there are some remainder clips that didn't, you know what I mean? So say you had 10 seconds and you segment it into threes, there's going to be a 1 second clip. So I'll just cull that. I'll just cull those clips, you know. But the annoying thing is that I have to like individually export the clips like in out all the way to the it's annoying. I need to find a way to like macro Premiere. I bet you can. I just haven't done it in years, and they've hidden the buttons that I used to use. What's this been here all night? So yeah, are we even sampling yet? Nope, not yet. We'll get there. Okay, so we've got the Hell Laura. So yeah, what I need is the Hell Laura. Right, get my mind on track. One thing after another. Projects. Where on earth is it? Yeah, it's in my Gemini CLI. That's of course where it is. But not the guide though. I've got 145 projects on this machine. I'm sure I'll find what I'm looking for soon. You have to believe. It must be on here, surely. Caption, 480p. I'm looking at it. So it's in projects. No, that's Stella. That's Stella. Makes you wonder. Does that mean it's actually... It can't be on here. What have I done now? It can't be on here, can it? Trying to find things. This is like half of the show. How the hell? That is just like me. I'll lose the entire data set. Where'd it go? Wait. Nah, it's not. Batch output, yeah. Up, no, that's the last thing I did. So where's the last thing I did? I'm in hell. I'm trying to find the hell thing. I can't find hell. I'm looking for hell, guys. I think I found it, but I don't need called it something else, and that's why I can't find it. Definitely killing the mental. Well, I wanted to get my hell data set, but I can't find it. What did I do with it? This is the one time that search thing could come in handy. It's not opening. Right, here we go. Do your thing. Come on, H3LL. Find hell. Where is it? Dude, that's just the captions. Where's the data set? Good times, man. Good times. That's just the captions, which is, I mean, I suppose it's just going to be random. See, what I want to do is I want to pair the videos with the captions. Too many repos, guys. And this is... I am actually, by the way, this isn't just chaos. It's just there's too much. Like, all of this is, like, this month. Yeah, actually, that's the point. If I go to the 1st of June, 1st of June to the 1st of July, there was 47 projects on my laptop from that period. I wonder, where on earth have I put this thing? You'd think I'd have a chance. Wait. Let me just think about this. See, I use a video segmenter, so that means there should be a project called either segmenter or something like that. Gem CLIs. Vid API. That's the CNI stuff. My brain has been shredded by trying to find my own work tonight. So do you know what it is? I bet I put it somewhere safe and now I'll never find it ever again. I need a better system, man. I need a better system. Oh! Nah, that's Steraberede. So unfortunately, no, that's not the right one. It was, maybe it was in under something else. Like maybe I called it something else. It looks like I must have done it on this machine. This is the DJ Z spends, you know, wastes his life trying to find a single folder. I won't give up though. Right. Okay, so tools. Gemini CLI is where I was doing a lot of it. Ah! It's right there! Never give up. Yeah, right, okay. So what did we do? 960. Okay, it was trained at 960. Good. So if I just take a copy of that and then go, finally, do you know what? That's driving me mad. We need to go to Comfy UI, Custom Nodes, and we need to chuck this in Video Com section. DJZ nodes, Video prompts, make a new thing, H3LL-V1, which is interesting because we get to see a peek at what might happen when I refine the captions for the other models, because this is the most developed one. That's why I was so like, we're gonna do this one. What's it doing? Oh, it's still making the video. God damn, it's taking forever. It normally takes 10 minutes to make a video, so ooh, it's a bit horrific. For some reason it's going slower. Did I put it on SDXL? No. I wonder what I did differently. Okay. Sorted. Press R to update. Right, I'm just going to move my laptop because while we're doing this, I'm just going to multitask here a little bit. Because like I said, it's not very fast. I'm going to get something up on the screen so you can see what the data set was. I think that would be cool. See, this is what it was trained on. The hell data set. It's very simple. Oh, it does have audio. So this is just trained on Helldivers. It's glitchy because it's doing compute in the background, not because the video is glitchy. Right? So I trained it on these scenes, not, yeah. So the clip is doing a lot of heavy lifting, but I feel like the data's in there. So if we use the first frame plus canny trick, as long as the captions, you know what I mean, are describing what's going on, it's got half a chance of actually doing that. But yeah. So, I think that's it. I think you've probably seen all the clips now. There's not much there. It's just, we did it from like, we did one game and took a bunch of clips. Yeah. To see if we could learn it. Okay, so that's been done. This should now be updated, so we'll put that to H3. Oh, no, it's not updated yet. Update again, please. Right, and then like I said, while I'm doing that, I'm just sitting here exporting clips for training the next model. Oh, we need to name the sequence. Yeah, it was something which is a nice little tip if you use something like Adobe Premiere. If you just name the sequence, it will automatically name your outputs. You can save a lot of time. You don't need to type. You can just save it and move on. In, out, save, in, out, save. It works quick. It's a shame you can't just output them all. I looked it up and apparently you can't do that anymore. You can't just output the clips. It's so funny. They're like, oh, you can write a script. I'm like, what the hell? I've got to be a developer to make it do something basic. I guess there must be a plugin you have to buy now. I don't know. All it is saving the clips, not making a video. Just saving the clips, you know, that you've got cut up. Very strange. You can't do that anymore. But whatever. Who am I to question Adobe? Yeah, so basically, like I say, I just renamed the... and what are we going to call it? Well, it's Empire, isn't it? But it's not really either. Could call it Red Coat. It was a bit long, though. George. I call it George, but with a 30RG. 3. That's a lot of numbers. George, like King George. There you go. How's that render coming on? Oh, it's getting there. What about... Oh, get this out of the way. Oh my goodness me. Whoa! It's haunted. We've got extreme lag. Let's have a look at that canny map. Cool. You can almost see the car. Alright. Okay. Are we beginning? Are we beginning? Yep, we're beginning. Lots of line infantry and stuff. This should be a nice model. It's historic, you know. It's like redcoats doing line infantry stuff, but it's from a movie, not from a video game. I think the video game idea is cool, but it only works for canny because, you know, it's the outlines of things, and then it doesn't look like a video game anymore. Do you know what I mean? So I think you get away with it when you're doing canny. You can kind of use anything that's sort of like it. But when you're training the actual video LoRa, you really need like a super high quality source, like a video, like a movie. But then again, I do my first train in 480p, and then I recaption the same clips in the higher quality because it's cheaper, and the difference isn't that bad. Like, it just, you know, you're just using the model more than the training. King George. Lots of bayonets and rifles and things. Oh. Quick. Get away from all the lag. Oof. That's a lot of lag. We'll get there, guys. Another thing is, I'm not really sure, like I did do some mechanical horses when I was doing the concept for Empire, but they're not really in the story. And we didn't even really train them into the style model either. Same with the cannons. We never took advantage of the cannon. And also, there's a bit of a problem with the Empire show. It's like a mono faction. Yeah, so like, where's Space France? Do you know what I mean? They need an interdimensional antagonist. Otherwise, what's the point of just endlessly conquesting, you know? which is all well and good, but it's a bit boring, you know what I mean? It's almost like there needs to be like a Neo-Prussia in the mix, or, you know, if you don't do France, I just think it'd make it more interesting, you know? Look at this, the scene of Napoleon running away, classic. What's all this here? People marching past a building and coming out of a house. Doesn't really work. Doesn't really work for me. Oh, people on horseback. Okay. French people running away. There was a lot of that. Because, you know, it's like Napoleonic, right? Everyone's trying to tell a story. Yeah, well, there's not much in there. It's just cannons. It's just cannons, he says. Oh, no, it still hasn't given us output. See, I reckon I will have finished before it has. Angle's crap. Angle's crap. Yeah, that's the crop for you. Okay, you could use that one. Getting a bit choosy towards the end of the curation here. Hold on. I've got an idea. Make it a little bit more interesting. I know a lot of people are just listening along, but for the benefit of people that are watching. There we go, you can see what I'm doing now. Oh, I get this mouse out of the way, it's confusing. Right. So yeah, basically what we're doing is we are taking, oi, I'm still in control. We're taking frames from this, right, for motion sampling, you could call it. But we will also train a LoRa on it to see how well that trains, because it's quite interesting composition. You know, like, maybe not so much that, but it is. That one's interesting. Definitely that. Get that one. Ooh, that's super long. How long is that? Like 20 seconds. I bet it's the same clips over and over and over again, and I'm just getting scammed, guys. Yeah, it's like extended flag and stuff. Right. Done. Clipped. Yeah, it's the same scenes. It's fine. We'll have to just curate it a little bit. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a fade out. Bang. Nice. Alright, so that's done. So oh, what's going on behind here? Anything secret? Show me the secrets. Okay. I just need to go to the folder where that is and take it. See, even more projects. They're all different. There's a model. But no, I'm going for 25 and we're going for George. There's actually only that many clips now, right? So if I now head over to this is the issue. I'm like, which project is it? It's one of them. It's not that one. That's output for Stellar 480p. Nope. Here we go again. Right, Gem CLI. That's a CLI guide. Where's my? See, here we go again. Where's my bloody captioning thing? It's got to be in here somewhere. I've done loads of videos in here. Video tools? No. Here we go again. Where could it be? This is balmy. It's like I've gone blind and can't find this one folder today. It's a real problem. It's not that. Screw it, I'm just going to make a new one, because at this point it's just tedious. Right, just make a new one. This is just end up making endless new projects. Right, so this is going to be the, I don't know what it was called, Wellington. Screw it. You know what I mean? Let's get it done. It's annoying. Right, that's where I want to put the video. So we're going to say raw, because I want to keep those videos, you know what I mean? And then we're going to copy and paste it. I'm going to call this one chopped. Come on, chopped. Because we're going to chop it. So the idea of what I've just done is we did scene detection to make sure that there's no cuts in the samples, okay? That's all that was about. Save that. And then we have the raws, just in case I screw something up, and then we have the chopped, right? So then we're going to use this with a new VS Code real quick. Doesn't take too long. New window. No. Just open folder, man. Just open folder. See, it's still... What is this? Oh, it's the C down, so we're going to come back to that another day. On a different machine, so it's irrelevant. In we go. Okay, so we've got our files in chopped. So I'm going to need a couple of things. I don't know why he's glitching out. Stop glitching out. I hope that's not Klein auto-opening itself. I don't like that. Right. I need my repos. So let's see. Oh, that didn't work. Yeah, GitHub. Give me grief. I don't even know. So what I'm after is video segmenter CLI. And also my DJZ roots. So I'm going to have to search for it because there's just too many. Just too many. I hope that's the latest one. It says it was updated a couple of days ago, so it should be good. I had to update it for batch so that we can, yeah. Alright, so we come in here and we're going to do new console. I'm just going to say git clone. I'm going to bring in my segmenter. Alright. And then once, wait, why is there another mouse over there? Get out of it. What? Why are there, get out of it. Oh, stupid mice. What? Anyway. I'm confusing myself maybe. So I have to just jump into this folder and install it real quick. So cd vid install. It's going to give me a quick virtual environment to do the segments quick. All it needs is ffmpeg Python, but it will use system Python, and if you don't have that, it's got image IO. So we've got some fallbacks. But you've probably already got a load of that stuff installed. And just to run over how this works, you've probably seen it before, but just in case you didn't know, once you install it, you just do path to video and then the segment length, right? With the batch file. But obviously the actual Python script has got a bunch of its own stuff, but the easiest way to use it is with the batch file on Windows. There's a new flag which is --dir, and then you can just do path to directory. Okay, so then you don't have to do every single segment one by one, which was, you know. As our requirements change, the tools change with us. Okay, so it's ready. So if I say segmenter.bat space --dir, and it's going to be the chop dir, so I can just copy path. Right, space, right click, space 3, because I want 3 seconds. Off it goes. It's going to create me the original size, and it's also going to create me a 640 by 480, because I tend to use the 640 by 480 for a bunch of things like cheap vision interrogation, cheap training on the V0, and then I'm going to show you my smooth caption in a minute. So obviously when I say smooth caption, I mean it lacks wrinkles. It's not detailed. It's a loose open caption that I can apply to every single clip for the first train, so I can see if it even gets it. Because sometimes it just doesn't even know what it is you're training, and then you're going to have to take additional steps to. But if it already knows what it is, this is like an investigative train. We don't even intend to try and caption it right. We just caption it like a style model. Okay, and we can make it more detailed in the V1, which will be the next train. So right, so we've done it. We've got our clips. Now you'll notice something here. We've got a bunch of clips, right? And check it out. They're 640 and they're not 640. But you know me, I don't want to be clipping. I don't want to be doing all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these, because remember, they're just a copy. Okay. So then we've got an empty folder called chopped. I'll take a copy of that path right there. In fact, let's take the full path. And then you guessed it. Let's just make this a bit bigger so you can see what's going on. Is that big enough? 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 Okay. I think it's big enough. Right. Put some quotes around there. Is it still saying, look, yeah, I know, can you get this out of the way? Right in the middle of the screen. Thanks, Google. Maybe we blame Windows. Okay. So what we're going to do is be lazy with the power of AI. Going into all of those folders and copying them all and stuff. So we're not going to do that. So if I go to chopped, let's just create a 480. We could have told him to do it as well, but I'm too lazy to ask him. So HD, drag that one in there. So now you can see in chopped we have a 480 and an HD. So let's just take that one. Let's just take that one actually. Okay. Right. Now if I say we have processed the clips into segments which are in both 480p and original size, and I'm going to say brackets HD, and watch how he now knows because of the grammar. When I say HD, that means the original size. Yeah, and also 480p, they're tagged _640. So I might indicate that as well in brackets, just to show you that too. Like that. So this is all context. He understands. So we have done that. Okay. So I'm going to say we need to copy the files. Oh wait, what am I doing? We need. We can or we will copy the files. We will is a little bit stronger than we can though, so use it sparingly. Because he might say we won't. We can copy the files, and I need to get the link for that actually, where they actually are. Because if you just tell him, here we go, copy that path there. You can copy the files from inside. I mean, it should say all. You can copy all the files from inside into the new path, okay, for each type, for each size of video. 480p goes into 640. And then I should say original size. I probably don't need to tell him this much, but it's okay. Goes into HD. Alright, now the interesting thing is if I just leave it like that, he'll actually copy them subfolders and all. He'll mirror the exact structure. So I'm going to say we should not mirror the subfolder structure, and consolidate is the word to use. Consolidate the groups into only the two folders. Two destination pot folders. Now, I could probably have written that a bit better. The two destination folders inside chopped. Not explaining it, would have been 10 times faster, but I wanted to like go through it slow and say, yeah, this is what we're doing. I don't know why he's not doing anything. Ah, here we go. Good boy. Yeah. You can't really do anything with this screen setup. It's kind of fun. Oh, enough for like one prompt. You can barely see your commands. I can't even see the response. Yeah, he's like, yeah, see, look, he knows exactly what I asked. I understand the task clearly. You want me to reorganize the video segments into a simplified structure based on resolution, blah, 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 23 subfolders. You know how many clicks that is? Do you know what I mean? Because you've got like, there's 2 types of file, there's 23 subfolders. So that means you've got to open each folder and then take half of them and put them in one, and then the other half and put them in another. And even if you're really quick, it's going to take you some time. So like I said, I like these sorts of things. He's going to do it with PowerShell commands. And like I said, people say, oh, AI makes you lazy. Has anybody ever even shown you a PowerShell command? Because I went 20 years without seeing one. You know? It's like, PowerShell? Oh yeah. So look at that. Look at that command. Get child, video segmenter, path, recursive, with a trigger, copy item destination. Look at that. He did it in 2 commands. He did that complex task in 2 commands. You're telling me that you won't learn this stuff from seeing it come up on the screen? You're going to learn it without even, do you know what I mean? Because you're going to read it so many times, you're going to be like, oh. And I know that we don't really have to enter commands, but now you know that you can do a job like that. Just say, I use PowerShell to do this crazy thing I want, and he'll be like, because he knows how to do it. This is a bit like the whole, when calculators came out, people are like, oh, people are going to learn, you're going to forget how to do math. People aren't going to be able to know how to do math because of calculators. No, it's the other way around. They're going to be able to do way more complicated calculations. That's all, So this is what's happening. I've never typed this command. I understand what it says, but I've never typed it like that. And, well, I guess I don't need to, because he's just done it. Job done. So cool. So now he's going to check on it. Look, get child chop 480. There's 41 in there. Now he's going to check the other one. Check HD. Measure 41. And he's going to say, oh, job done. Well done. Aren't I great? What's he going to do? Verify file organization. Oh, wow. Look at all this craziness. He's done it. Now he's just showing off. Oh, he stopped showing off. In a minute, he's going to write... Here's all the file names and their SHA-256s in an ASCII art that looks like Donatello, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I'm like, bloody hell, mate. All right. So yeah, he's done it. Did he tell us what a great job he done? Come on. No, he didn't get giddy. Let me have a look at his thinking here. Wow, he's actually not caffeinated today. Okay, well, so anyway, like I said, he's done the job. So now what we can do is we can go into the 480 folder, right? And this is the point where we need my caption route. So I just go here, clone https://www.github.com/mushroom fleet with capital M and capital F. And then I think I did caption route as well with capital. Yeah, I did. Okay, so then I take my caption route v2, put it in there. CD space, chopped, 480. Because I keep the HD version for the second train because it's like, well, there's no point paying full cost when you know it's just a test. In my opinion. Some people might say, oh, but the results change, and I'm like, yeah, but it works. Just do it mentality. Just do it live. So yeah, what we'll do here then, of course, is we'll run the thing. So I'll say run caption route.bat, and I'm going to say G30RG3 style video, okay, of red coat infantry on a battlefield in Napoleonic era. On a battlefield, and I'll say scene appears to be Napoleonic period. Napoleonic Wars period. So then it's like, I don't know, you know, like on TV, it's a war reenactment style stuff, right? But a little bit more than that, because budget. Scene appears to be Napoleonic Wars period footage. Napoleonic footage, like we had a camera and we were just able, it's real life Napoleonic Wars. Should say maybe from a TV show or a film, I guess. I'll say TV footage and see how that goes. Like I said, it's an open prompt that's supposed to apply to every single thing. And I do sometimes shorten the file names as well, but I'm not going to do that on this run. I don't think they're too long, so I think we'll get away with it. And it does actually show, you know, which is part of what scene, because it's still, that information is still there being broken down. It's kind of hard for you guys to read, but it's right there, you know, you can see each clip and what's part of what. Okay. So yeah, last piece of this puzzle is obviously to start the training. So I'll need to delete the caption root. No need to train with a Python script in your data set. And we will do a zip file. And I will call it G30RG3 480 V0. It's 12 megabytes. See, this is what I'm saying. When you train in 480p, it'll be 12 megabytes. But then if I just, you know, take a quick peek at the HD size, it's 42. Now, 12 to 42 doesn't sound like a big deal, but that's the difference between training 500 meg and 2 gigabytes, which is significant. And the thing is that it's the same. So it's like, anyway, it just ends up being cheaper and faster to do the 480p on the investigative run. Because, like, if your captions sucked, you didn't just pay full price for it. It just makes sense. And then you can happily just apply, because the file names are pretty much the same, you can easily apply the good captions that you develop to the higher definition set and then retrain it. Very little effort. It's just taking out the underscore 640 from the file names. Or, you know, that's all it is. In fact, saying that, oh yeah, this is the HD, so let's go back to the 480p. Yeah, it's just there's an additional underscore 640, and you can use a script to remove that from the caption file name, and then it will be applied instantly to the full-size data set. Easy to do. Very easy to do. You can have your chat give you a Python or something if you want, you know, or a bash that'll do that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do a replicate. And hopefully they'll let me do it again. I say it like that not because I'm sneaky, but because I got a new credit card on the way. And so technically, if they tried to charge me, they can't. So, I don't know. We'll see, won't we? So we're going to call this one George. Not because it is King George, but because they're all fighting for him. George, 480, V0. Oh, and I noticed something else as well. It doesn't like those file names. You just have to slam it all together for some reason on here. He's like, you can't do that. ORG3 ORG3 George. Auto caption off, because we're literally here to investigate the captions. How many clips were there? There were 83 captions, so I'm going to go with 1,500. No. Stick with 2. Because I can't use my beloved Prodigy. It's just so good. I can't even select cosine. But that's alright. They might not, you know, might not have that ability to do that. Right. So let's see if it gives us an error. Nope. I'm just more worried about the spelling of the name, to be honest, guys. Sometimes if you put like a weird character in there, it would just be nope. Alright, so that's now being trained. Let's go and have a look and see how hell is working out, shall we? Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. There we go. That's the right. So that's the drift video. Hey, look, they're silver now. Oh yeah, by the way, you know how they're snubby? Like I said, I just stretched the video wide to make it look good, to make it look right, if you know what I mean. Because it has it's kind of squished the width of this. So you'll notice the cars are all like quite tall, but all you do is you just make it wider. That's going to be good. It comes out. Oh wow, it matches. Apolloni, you were correct. If you do that 25 FPS with the 75 on the 3s, it's clean. So now we're getting the engine. It's funny that the first car is a Nissan and the 2 following it are like, I don't know, like what is that, like a Dodge Neon or something? I don't know what that is. I don't know. So it's like it was able to focus on the first, you see what I mean? It's got the shape of the first car, but then the shape of the second car is not right. And the colour of the last car is completely wrong. But then again, I did ask for silver cars, silver Nissans, I said, and I got one-ish. The sound's good though. Right. So can I pick hell yet? Because that's what we're here for. Oof. Oh, I is the numpty. Okay, so yeah, it has done it. I just didn't use the right thing. There is, well, I think there is audio, but it won't work. So let's just get a reroute. Put it on that for now. Get prompt. Plug that in there. Nearly ran out of time there. Whoa! Yo. Dusty. So Hellwan V1. It's not that. So we're going to use. Do I have a missed. Looks okay to me. Okay, let's give it a blast. See how. Wait, are you kidding me? The lore is finished. The lore is trained. It blows my mind. Like, it used to take longer to train it than it does to, you know, to create the model, right? Oh wait, no, it hasn't finished. What am I talking about? It hasn't finished at all. All right, so we got half an hour left. We're going to go into Writers Club. So yeah, Writers Club time. It looks like a Vauxhall bloody Vectra. That's what it looks like. Like a Holden. Maybe it's a Holden. Same brand, I think. But just the Holdens are better. So this is the clip which we're going to be attempting to do. Throw a grenade at a robot. Yeah, right. Okay, well, it's going to be a challenge. So we're going to let this one cook. Oh, just found a data set for tracking. So let me see. Yeah, I'm going to need the control net. So I guess what I'll do first is just copy the data set that we had across, so you can tie that up. Tie that up in a nice little bunch. Discord. Check it in there. It's only small, 63 meg. Barely even worth writing home about. It's so small. Some of the models I do, they're like 10 meg, 20 meg. Video models as well, and they teach good. They teach good motion. Yeah. Like I said, the sound thing is awesome. Because I always said the sound design. It's all about the sound design. Give me a lot of creative ideas. What I would like to do, if not probably tomorrow, we're going to look at more open pose with more human inputs, because at the moment, you know, this is all well and good, but it's kind of easy to make metal box on wheels slide round corner. It's not as easy to make convincing human say the words, and I just wonder how close we can get without necessarily doing lip syncing and stuff, or perhaps using lip sync with real audio rather than TTS, for example. Yeah, I think it's going to be quite clean, and like I said, we've made the LoRa's to do it, so I think there's like a nice artistic angle on it. This is going to be ready by in any minute now. But yeah, let's talk about Sharona Book 3. So I did a bit of research on Sharona Book 3. So we ended at Poyang Lake, which is a famous freshwater inland lake in China where all the birds migrate, and she's going to stay there, able to fish, because you can fish the water from an island. There's a famous island where all of the birds go. So if you just follow the birds, you end up at this island in the middle of a freshwater lake that only exists for some part of the year. So there's birds, there's eggs, there's fish, and there's more than likely shelter, okay? So I thought that's a really cool direction to take for the character's journey. And then I worked out that if she needs to make south for the equator from that point, because it's clearly too cold, right, is the idea. She's basically going to make south down the China coastline to, I was going to send it to Cambodia. So let's go and have a look at the globe. Let's see, maps, I guess. Cambodia. And my plan was, rather than just follow the coast all the way, which is quite a long distance, I was thinking instead it would be partially a land journey, because there's some crazy thing I was looking into, like on the way you wouldn't go all the way around the land, you'd like cut through. There's some way through I was reading about, because it's all mountains. So obviously, like, you know, there's like certain places which are natural places you can get through. And the idea is the reason why Cambodia, just because it's closer to the equator. Do you know what I mean? Because there's supposed to be an ice age coming on towards the end of book 3. You know, just for the plot, makes it fun. And so the plan is, because she starts in Mongolia. Did you know that it only takes you 90 days to walk from Beijing to Hong Kong? 3 months walk down the coastline. It's kind of crazy, right? Why can't I see Beijing on the map? Is it called something else? Shanghai, Nanjing. Why can't I find Beijing? Am I crazy and I'm like looking in completely the wrong place? Whatever. Yeah, look, they call it something else. I thought it was around here-ish. Changzhou, Suzhou, Suzhou. It's actually kind of interesting. I don't know if you've ever looked, but every now and then I like to just, because look, this is a crazy city. Crazy. Look at the size of this thing. It's like something out of an anime. And then you zoom in, and like just look at it. Just like what is going on? What is going on? Farming, I guess, but look, we've got suburbs, man. So cool. But every now and then you'll find like weird stuff, like you can put the camera down on the road. Like what? Taihu Bridge, and every now and then you can like grab. Look, wait, what? Cosmetic trading. There's a hotel. There's a garden club here, but according to this, it's a lake. So it's like, you know what I mean? They've built more land there. But yeah, some of the places are crazy. Like you take pictures. Because I was trying to get an idea of what it might look like. Like what would it look like in 10,000 years? Do you know what I mean? Like in 10,000 years. Can you actually drop this anywhere? Google Maps? Anyone? Nope. No Google Street View. But yeah, it's actually quite developed. You know what I mean? Like, oh my goodness. You're like, whoa. And I'm not saying I was expecting it not to be. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, actually, there's a lot of like grand scale architecture everywhere, and it's almost like 10,000 years would be enough. But the effect of all of this development surely would leave something behind besides just overgrown ruins. Live in Hefei, in the Luoyang district. Man, that's tight. Looks like Holland or something, you know, the way it's so tight. Something weird about the scale though. Don't know what it is. Anyway. Cool. That hasn't gone far, has it? Oh, it's alright, it's only 10 minutes. Alright, let it cook. Let it cook. So we're looking at maybe... Wait, yeah, maybe we get a hell diver throwing a grenade. Maybe. We'll have to see. I mean, it's difficult, because look, remember what I was saying about the canny? Look. Canny settings don't show anything. See what I mean? Oh, that's rough. You see, the canny picked up the UI more than anything else, so it'll start good, and then the guidance, you see, this is what I was talking about earlier with sometimes the guidance isn't really very good, you know what I mean? Look, what's that going to do? If it manages to do it, then I'm even more impressed because this Ganny is basically garbage, you know, like in terms of usefulness. Like actually, look, the first few frames is just a spot with a UI. It's mostly just the UI. So that's unfortunate. But the reason isn't actually Canny's fault, it's the source footage. It's too dark and murky. And the video game that it's coming from, that particular, look at it. So it might be worth, you know, when you're doing your recording, if you want to record for Canny, I don't know, turn the graphics down a bit, so there's less of the smoke effects and all this sort of stuff. I reckon if you turn all that down, you'll get a cleaner Canny out of the video, basically, you know? Download the other model. My God, it's the world. So anyway, yeah, like I was saying about the book. So it's like, the idea is to make for Cambodia, and the reason is because it's an interesting journey. So you can follow the coastline for the most part, and then as it comes around the neck of the sea in that bay there, it's able to be going across land. So then you get a bit of a mountainous journey, and there's all the religious, because it's funny, it's possible that things like temples and carvings survive longer than anything else, because, you know, we already see things like that now. You know, some of the oldest things in the world were like ancient temples, and it's probably because it was built in a specific place because of the way you know, it's going to stay like preserved. I don't know, but yeah, it's just a thought. Probably all overgrown, but it'll be interesting because Cambodia is known for a lot of its ancient statues and things, big Buddhas. In fact, let me get a thing on that. Cambodia, big Buddha, big Buddha. My goodness, there's so many. 1, 2. Oh, they're not opening because the internet has been bought and sold. Yeah, big Buddhas. There's loads of them, and they're actually giant. Big Buddhas. I don't know what it is, but she asked Chloe. I'll say, does Cambodia have the most biggest Buddhas? Did I spell that right? I hope I spelled that right. He'll know what I mean. He's going to do his best. Oh! Oh, well, I never. Oh no! That was a big boy. That's actually solid, but it's just doing its own thing. See, it doesn't really know what to do because the canny is crap. But I mean, yeah. Hey, look, it's basically like Helldivers, but you know, it's like what I've trained: the yellow cloak and the helmet. Interesting. Very interesting. It's a giant robot. Right, so the grenade didn't get thrown, but it explodes. Looks a bit better with the noise look. You see what I mean with the effects? So when you look at this one, you see how it's got cauliflower everywhere. Cauliflower in the bush, cauliflower all over his body. You know, all the edges are like, look at it. Ooh. We used to see this with Mochi, you know. This guy when he's moving fast in the background, you can see. And also when this main guy comes running in, he's a mess, right? So, I apply my cathode ray, noise over time. No more cauliflower. Yeah, sure, it's not sharp, it's blurry, but that's the idea. The idea is Your brain figures it out. Interpolate. That's even better still. And finally, upscale. The upscale does blur it a bit, but it is a big upscale. And so then you end up with something like that. So yeah, 100% this new workflow, it rocks, yeah? So let me just show you where you can get that workflow. Obviously it's in DJZ Workflows, my main workflow pack, hundreds of them there now. Go to WAN video, down to WAN 14B Fusion X VACE. Go down into there. And Canny First Frame Audio is the new one. There's a bunch of other ones there, but that's the one that we've been looking at today. So it's Canny First Frame with audio. Now obviously I've got no audio for this clip. Yeah, of course. I didn't actually, you see what I mean? Because my thing is throwing an error. Audio is annoying. I don't want to start doing it now because I know what happens, yeah, when you try to do, oh, it'll be easy. Nah, it'll take an hour. Not worth getting into right now. I will be getting into it. Alright, so yeah, I'm just going to have like, I don't know, I'm going to get like 16 more. I actually think though, it's a shame that we can't get the audio out of it. It's a real shame. See, it's going to make me want to fix it more. So we've got track styles here, we've done track styles. Video prompt. Right, so we're in, but here's the issue. It's no good just to say the audio output is corrupt. That doesn't help. So what I think, this is actually going to be a good one. Actually, I know, I'm terrible. Basically, what I need to do is I need to do comfy UI video helper suite. And then what we need to do is we need to find load video upload. The load video upload mode. Yeah. So right. If I click in here, I should be able to say load video. No. Okay. Always a good sign. So load video upload, that's the node I'm looking for. Part of video helper suite. So if I go to Kastinkadink and search the repo video, is it because you put it in brackets? Video upload. Load video upload, load video nodes, line 414. We're getting close. Oh, it skipped me there. Right, load video upload. Okay, so the reason I've done this is to get an example of how my audio return is supposed to actually come out of this damn thing, because I'm done with this whole... We've been through this a bunch of times over the audio. I don't even see any special thing here. But that's the point though. There might be more methods in this. So I'll copy that. And in my custom node folder, I'm going to have to make a temp file called audio output.txt. example. Dash. Pi. Save. And I'll say, here is an example of a working load video node for format guidance. Now, I need to go back to the original node though, because sometimes this isn't the full story. Sometimes if we go past all the nodes, there might be some universal stuff. It's not common, but stuff. For example, you may have declared a bunch of things at the top. Probably for the best. So keep that. Right, I think I've got what I need. So now I can start yammering. Get this agent to fix it. Our new node, so it's not new, but it's like. Come on, monitors, turn back on. It's not new, but it gives context which we can take advantage of. So we're putting it in the frame of we've just finished it and we haven't a problem. Not it worked before, you know. So yeah, our new node works correctly. However, the audio output is not working. We previously did not notice it. However, the audio output is not working. First of all, our new node. What new node is that? There's 150 nodes in this folder. Yeah. So obviously, we're going to tell him it's Zenkai video prompt, which it is. It works correctly, however, the audio output is not working. Here is an example node, actually there are many nodes. Here are some example nodes which use the same audio output when loading video. And I'll go, what's it called? Load video nodes. I probably don't need my notes now actually saying that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually delete this and tell him to write the solution in there when he figured it out. Better idea. Write up notes on the solution with code examples, full code examples demonstrating the proper output format for audio inside app audio output.txt. Here are some example nodes which use the same. We can mirror the logic used in our node. So essentially I want him to learn from the working version that is the same format, and yeah, we can adapt this logic to it's still called Zenaki. Zenaki video prompts v1.py to re-enable. Why did I just type re-render? Someone's hacking my brain. Super fake name! We can have this to re-establish, to restore the audio output function. Let's go. How are we doing on the other side of things? We got some more video yet? Or is it still cooking? It's Kontext. Oh yeah, we ran out of time for no conquest tonight, guys. Sorry. But don't worry, there will be more, because I plan on... Ooh. That's a good one. Oh, hang on. Just a sec. Alright, 2 seconds. I'll be right back, people. I just had to let my old man in. He's left his keys behind or something. Right, so anyway, like I was saying, that's actually pretty good. Oh no. Okay. Can I like hit the play button? I don't like this. Look, this is the built-in save video. I've been demoing it long term to see what I don't like and what I like. Use. There we go. It doesn't want to get smaller than that. I mean, the dude is not noticed because I didn't caption this dude. There is a dude coming here, but oh wait, I'm in the way. Hold up. Ooh. Wow, look at the lag on it. That's great. So on the left we have mine. On the right we have the actual gameplay. Man, you got to watch out for those Kickstarter campaigns nowadays, guys. Holy sheesh. It's like, is this game even real? Nah, we just did an AI and like made it look real. Oh, look at our demo. Gotta be real careful, because the thing is they could put like proper UI over the top of it. That wouldn't take long at all. Pretty good. So what it means is that the LoRa was actually well trained, but the captions still were terrible. But the thing is, it's like kind of hard to caption abstract concepts. So this is interesting. It's definitely done a bit of outpainting as well, because the aspect ratio has changed just a bit. Different camera movement, but the same environment. That's partly the first frame, partly the canny, but the canny, I bet the canny was better on this one. Yeah, it's still making another one. So yeah, like I said, we've been mostly just discussing Sharona Book 3 tonight, but I'll leave you with one more thing, which is to check out our latest promo. It's up on the Twitter, and it's up on the Discord. So let me just turn that radio off. It's gone on injection for like 7 minutes. So it's one of my longest tracks. It's like 10 minutes long of just cowbell. Cowbell and bass. Right, let me... here it is. Let me just put that on. For anybody that missed it at the start, here's the video.
Record album now.
So we're getting super close now. Do you know what I mean? We're getting super close now. Let me see this. What's it say? Replace direct audio loading with lazy loading. Culver. So wait a minute. So I wasn't being lazy, and that's why it didn't work? I use immediate synchronous, whereas VHS uses lazy asynchronous. And so I need to be... See, sometimes you got to be lazy, guys. We got to do lazy audio. And then apparently it will work. Okay. Let's see if it works. If it works, I can push the update and all power to it. Because say I want to video myself, put the camera on myself, I'll say a bunch of junk. And then we convert that into open pose face only. And then use prompts for JFork. In male or female bias, you know, use the keyword for whatever you are. And what it should do is it should turn you into a digitized floating head. That's what it should do. And if I'm right, the speech will be close enough. I don't even need, everyone goes on about lip sync. I don't even, because like what language? Lip sync for what language? English? I'm assuming English. Because this is a funny thing about lip sync. I was trying to say this a long time ago. If you make video that's lip synced for English, you can only use English. But if, like, I had a trick, you're going to laugh, okay? So I deliberately don't let it be synced with any language. And then you assume that it's been dubbed in a different language anyway. You see what I mean? Because, you know, like, say I'm watching a foreign film, how do I know that the words ever matched? I don't, do I? Because I assume it's a foreign film that's been dubbed in my language, right? And there are more languages that I don't speak than I do. And so the weird thing is, if you have AI, you know, and you could put French subtitles at the bottom with an English overdub that doesn't even match. And people will just assume it's in French or something. Or some other language. And so then it, you know what I mean? There's no expectancy for the lips to be in sync. If you see what I mean. If you have that sort of narrative framing, you know. You go, oh, Cannes Film Festival presents, you know. And then you're setting them up for, oh, this is Belgian or Danish or something. And so it's the lips, you know, it's read the subtitles. Oh, we've dubbed it in English. I'm just saying, like, there's ways of having a project with a narrative that means that you don't have to do any of that. It's a choice. It's always a choice. Everything is a choice. Okay. Has he done it? Did you do it? He says he wrote everything here. Problem identified, solution provided. I see. Proceed with the changes to the Zanaki video prompt mode. See, he's done what I asked him to do by writing it up for me. So now I'll say, proceed with the changes to re-enable the audio output correctly. So the first prompt, I actually told him to give me notes on how to do it. Yeah. And there's actually a good reason for that. So if I ever make an audio output node in the future, I can just bring my audio output text and include that in the context. And now he won't make the output wrong again. He'll go, oh, look, that's how I make the output. That's how I'm going to do it. Yeah. So, more context engineering for you guys. I will let you know if this one works tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Thank you very much for joining me tonight, guys. It's been fun. See you tomorrow.